Welcome everybody once again back to the channel. My name is Rich. This is Gamer Life, coming back with some more NASCAR Heat 5 for you today. Can't wait to get into this one. It's been a hectic week, so it is really good to be back just doing the things that I'm enjoying doing. Hope you're all well too, and you're ready for some good racing action today. We are, I believe, at Charlotte, and we are indeed. I had to think back there, it's been a minute since the last time I was doing all this, but it is Charlotte. So we're back on speedways today, which is an absolute massive bonus after the calamities that we've suffered in the last two races, both on short tracks as well. So yeah, I know I don't go well there, those sort of tracks, but to get two DNFs in a row, it's a bit too late to say spoiler alert now, but that is what happened. We crashed out in both of those races, and it has really damaged our championship at the minute. As you can see as well, that meant that we failed the incentive contracts from our sponsors, so we've signed a new one of those. We're going for 2 top 22s in 3 races. Now we're back on speedways. I'd like to think that that is possible, but we shall see. It says that we're 6th there. I'm not too sure if we actually are or not, but it's race 13 today, which is unlucky for some, so that could be a bad omen. We had over $350,000 purse, which is good as well for the Coca-Cola 600. Was it 100 laps? I think it was 100 laps. We already did the car, so it's just showing you there what we've done. We couldn't upgrade Speedway 2's car anymore because of our departments not being at the 100%, so that car was already done. So we started work on the Super Speedway car as well. We still don't have enough money. I just had to recheck the prices there because, like I said, it's been a little minute since the last time I was here, so yeah, we still can't afford them, so that's what we're saving for. Instead of doing it all in one go, I have fully decided that as soon as we get 8 million, we're going to do one, then we'll save another 8 million, we'll do another one, and we'll save the last 8 million and get the other one up as well. And that puts us really in the best possible position for next season. Just for now, we're going through the championship, seeing where everyone is. Once again, as I always say, guys, just pause it if you want to know where your favourite drivers are. And this is the results of the last race. You saw there that yes, we did DNF, like I mentioned. I was really gutted by that one as well because it was such a silly little tap on the wall that put us out. It really caught me, that one. But it is what it is. We're past that now. And I believe that we've got 4 or 5 maybe speedways coming in a row. So we have to bounce back today. There is no ifs, buts or maybes about it. It has to be a bounce back race. It's gonna unfold for me in stages. The first thing is I just want to get to the bloody finish line today. That'd be nice. But I do want a high finish. We was talking about consistency, and we have hit a consistent patch of form in the last 2 races, but unfortunately it's not the kind of consistency that I'm looking for, so we really do have to rectify that today. Here in Charlotte, where it looks a really nice day out, there's not many clouds, it looks busy here. Once again, we're looking confident leaning up the car. I don't really know why after the last couple of races. We've got a couple of people doing their practice runs as well. We should have a quick car here today. It is fully for what we can do with the departments, as you saw. It's reached its full potential, so we're not going to get a better chance than this. It's the sort of track that I like. Being the speedways, we've got the best possible car that we can have, so it's up to me really. There's no excuses, it's just we've got to put it all together today. Like I just said, we can't not. We've had we've gained nothing out of the last 2 races at all, and it's just not good enough, so we are going to try our damnedest to put that right today. During the race, it's going to be full concentration mode, and yeah, we're going to just see what we can do really. But in any event, it's this part now. We're going to start qualifying in a minute, where I always try to get your guys' inputs and predict Well, a couple of things today. Are we going to finish? Do you reckon we'll make it to the finish line? And if so, where do you predict that we are going to finish today? I mean, not trying to sway anyone's results, but our consistency, like I said, it is very, very up and down. So we've had 2 really bad ones. Does that mean that we might be on for a win today? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. In any event, it is now time to head out for our qualifying lap. As always, we're going to do, I don't know why it's just become a thing with me now, but the build lap's going to be in the cockpit of the car, and then we'll swap it out for the timed lap. It has cost me a couple of times doing it like this, so I may stop, but I just think from producing the video, it just gives you that little bit something different to look at, and we nearly hit the wall there on the build lap already. But we're going back into our normal view now as we're about to start the line for our timed lap. It's 1 lap again, so not expecting too much as usual out of qualifying. Hopefully this is something that I can put right next season, and I can put my finger on why we don't have that 1 lap pace for qualifying, because it's not like I'm changing the car and setting it up for the race or anything like that. So I really don't understand it. We've gone for a more tighter car today, because I remember the last time we was at a track that was, it might even have been this one, I'm not too sure, but the car become really loose to the point of unstableness, and that has happened in the last couple of races that we've done as well. So yeah, I've gone for a tighter car today, so hopefully that means when it starts loosening up during the race, as it usually does, that we'll still be able to have at least a somewhat drivable car. But in any event, it's not the worst qualifying, it's not the best, it's average for us really. And it is now time to start heading into the race itself, so yeah, let's do that. So yes, refusing to lose is definitely something that is going to be going on today. We have to reach. Just have to reach that finish line today. We've got to take that checkered flag, preferably, like I said, in a high position. But in any event, what happened in qualifying was Brendan wasn't as quick as he thought he was going to be. Truex has put it on pole, and Harvick has failed technical inspection, and he'll be starting at the back, so we need to keep an eye out for him. He's definitely way too quick to be back there, and I don't anticipate him being there for long at all. As we're about to now cross the line and get this race underway, the first one of 100 laps of Charlotte. And we're going to actually not drop off the pack for a change. I was kind of expecting it because of running the tighter car, but it hasn't happened, and in fact we're going for the move straight away there, not waiting. We're past the 00. I think we clipped Chastain there. I think that, oh no, that's not Chastain. We clipped the 49 though, as we tried to send it through a gap that really wasn't there, but that was the mindset that I came into this race with. No patience that we've tried to use in the last 3 or 4 or 5 races. I was determined that we were going to get a strong finish today. Not saying that that is going to happen, but that was the mindset that I came in with. We had to stop this rut that we was in, and we fully send one there, and it sends us up the track, and instead of actually getting us a place, it's cost us 1, maybe 2, and also we've lost the inside line there, so that really weren't clever, maybe a bit over aggressive there. As you can see now, we're stuck on the outside, and we're losing a ton of momentum to the guys that are down low. So we need to find a gap, and we need to find one quickly as we now overtake, and we do find one. A little gap there up the inside, we again fully send it, nearly get caught out by the car in front. He was really slow going through that corner. But in any event, we get out unscathed, and we don't take anyone out either, so not too bad there. We're still stuck behind him now, the 66 car there. And yeah, his drafting air is actually harming us at the moment, so we're not going to use it. We're just going to send it under the inside, and we might send it again on the 16. We do fully committed there, almost to the point where we hit the wall. I didn't brake for that corner until we were fully past the car that we were overtaking. That's the aggression that we've been exerting. It's been a good start. 5 laps in, we've moved up quite a few places, and also we're gaining very quickly on the pack in front as well as dropping the ones behind. So it's been a really positive start for us at the moment. I can't remember who was winning the race at this point, and I don't remember how hard it got on either. I don't believe we've seen him yet in the number 4, I think he is, so he's still behind us somewhere. But on lap 6, we took a different line because of having clear track out to the first corner, and it really slingshotted us and gave us a lot of momentum going up this straight that we're on now. And even to the point where we've managed to pass a couple of cars there now, and I believe we're up into P25, which we are indeed. So we're going to run that line a few more times and see whether that was a fluke or whether it literally does give us that kind of momentum, because we actually sailed onto the back of this pack that we're in now just by using that line down the straight. We've gone past the 37, the 20, and this is that same line again, past the 17 as well. So using that momentum, we've just passed 3 cars quite easily, and after that, that little discovery there, we do run that line obviously for the rest of this race. But in any event, like I said, it's been an absolutely blistering start. We're up to P19 now, so we're inside the top 20, and it is only lap 8. We've got 19 on the outside of us. He's coming down the track as we're going up, and we're going to use his drafting now down this straight and just again fully committed, fully send it. It sent us up the track a little bit more again, but that wasn't on purpose, but it did actually manage us to block him from doing a counter attack on us as well. So yeah, 18th position, lap 9, really happy with the start at the moment. I believe that's a Haas racing car up in front of us. We're going to try to send it to the inside of him now, the number 41. Really tight to that line again, using that momentum that it gives you down this straight, and of course it's enough. We get there before we even have to think about the next corner. So that's P17 took away from him, and yeah, we've just got to keep this going as we're about to cross into, I believe, lap 10 now. So we cross all the way through to lap 20, and we have been making some great progress. We're now inside the top 5. We've got Hamlin just on the outside of us here in that FedEx car. We know how quick that is. But once again, that was such a satisfying move there. The car behind us right now was in second. Well, he's in second now. He was in first, sorry. He wanted to move down because he had the momentum, but we used a lap car to pinch him in. And this is now the story of the race for a while. We have took the lead. It is now just whether we can keep it. We again use that new line that we found. I have not used this line in previous races, but just look at the speed that it gives you coming off like that. The car at this point got to a point of handling where it had gone through a few phases. It was tight at the beginning. It loosened up as it normally does after the first 8 or 9 laps, and it was in a real sweet spot. But now we're on lap 22, as you can see, and it's still very drivable, but it's nowhere near as nice to drive as it was for that few laps in that second phase. We are running low on grip at this point as well, so we're in a little bit of a position at the moment which I still haven't figured out fully with this game yet. I don't really want to pit if I don't have to under green lights, because if a caution comes out, that is really going to cost us. But for me, it's the balancing act of weighing that up with we don't want to crash out again, because the AI never seem to pit until it's a fuel issue. They look after their tyres really well. And I feel like we're at a bit of a disadvantage if we decide to run and go under and pit with the green flag racing. So That's what I was balancing up at the moment, because the slightest little input on the controller to go left and the car was really starting to fling itself left now. So again, we didn't let off though. I would say that we got really close to the wall there, as you can see. But we didn't let off, we kept pushing forwards. We want as big a lead as possible, taking absolutely no chances today. I can tell you, even though it might look like it, we never fully checked out of the race in this stint. Second and third were keeping us really honest. It was the two yellow cars, I forgot, I think one was Logano, I can't remember the other one, but they were supremely fast in this race. And as you can see there, that's what I'm on about with the car, it's getting really on a knife edge now. Just 3 laps after I was talking about it, we end up going into the wall and almost taking someone out. So it was really weighing heavily on my mind now, do we come down to pit road, or do we just carry on until we're borderline running out of fuel? Because the car handling away is essentially going to cost us time as well, not being able to put it where we want it. And as you can see there, I get right out of everything now, just not wanting to crash out of this race, especially from first position. So we're bringing that patience back in at this point in the race and just taking our time with the overtakes. Letting off the throttle until the car feels stable around the corners, not trying to push it anywhere near to its limits. And at the moment it's working. We don't know how long that is going to last for though. As you could hear there with the engine noise, if you can hear it with me talking, again, big lifts going through these corners, not pushing at all really. We get that move done there to lap another car before the lap even starts and the corner comes. And yeah, we're just letting off now around the corners, and even doing that you could see how close to the wall we were there. So the car's at a tipping point at the moment, but I did not want to relinquish this lead by pitting under green flags and then having a caution come out straight after. It would be crushing. Another car just passed there, the 77. We're just circling now, lapping these cars, but did you see how much the rear of the car got out there as we went underneath that guy? And we pushed right up to the wall, and we can't even take the line that we were taking at the moment because the car can't hold down by the apron. And again we touched the wall there, so really pushing my luck here. And then there was a godsend of something happening there, and that was that we circle the pit lane and we see cars coming down and changing their tyres and getting more fuel. That kind of settled that debate in my head. I don't think we're going to get a caution before we have to pit under greens, but with everyone doing it, it really doesn't matter anyway. So now I did push a bit more on this lap just to get down towards pit road, and as you can see we get right out of the throttle, come down, and we're going to get ourselves a set of new tyres. Again now we were lucky not to go into the wall, and we're going to take the 2 cans of fuel as well, so it's a complete pit stop. We have got a bit of damage on the car, so we're going to get held for an extra second there as well. But at the moment we're getting towards our pit box, we're still in first position. We see there one of the cars that we're battling just leaving the pit lane now, so he's probably going to get back into first. I don't know what it's called, if it even has a name in NASCAR, but that would be the undercut in F1 working to full effect there. So we're just still and still and still on waiting, and we'll see where we come out. And the answer to that question, guys, is in 8th position, lap 31, 8th. We've got new boots now though, so we are going to have to be still aggressive like we have been, because it seems to work well to really attack this track. But also got to be mindful that the car's going to be back to being tight again at the moment now, and we've got to use those few laps just to loosen everything back up once again. And we actually go through that phase now. We're still in 8th position. We've just come back as we take 7th away there. That's Kozlowski in front of us for position as well. So we're once again running back with Brad, and he's really consistent actually. I still think Hamlin's the fastest, but on all tracks, it's very rare you see Brad outside of the top 10 on this game, or at least that's what it's like in my save anyway. And we are now battling him for 6, and we get that on the exit of the corner, just tapping the wall ever so slightly there, and that allows him just to get back through once again. So it's B7 once again at the moment, but we're going to attack him again here now as he goes a little bit higher up the track as we come down, using that line once again for the momentum, and we get past him and we get past a bunch of other cars once again. I was really liking coming off that corner like that, because we've gained a couple of positions and also got all of those lap cars out the way in one little move there. And now we hunt down the higher positions. We've got a nice bit of air behind us and in front of us, so we've got all the track that we need, and we'll see how long it takes to get up to the next bunches now. And that answer to that question is a handful. It's took us 5 laps to get up onto the top 5 cars. We've passed 4th now. I'm not sure which car was actually in 4th. We go past Wallace as well. And you can see now the back end is just starting to come away again, but it's nothing that's undrivable. This is for me when the car feels at its best, so we've really got to get that hammer down now and capitalise with the car feeling like this, because in probably another 8 or 9 laps time it's going to go back to the point where it's really on that knife edge again. So really wanting now to just push up to the rest of the cars and overtake them. And as I say that, the caution comes out. Of course it does. So we've got to restart now. I couldn't find on the long replay camera what actually caused that. There was nothing in the replays to suggest anything. So really aggressive start there as we go back green on Hamlin, who's on our inside. We do tap him as he comes past us, and all that momentum that we built up has gone a little bit now, because for whatever reason we really struggle with these caution restarts, and we've gone from chasing down the top 4 or 5 cars to being back in 6th position at the minute. Maybe it's just that we've got to bring the temperature of the tyres back up after running behind the pace car. Not too sure what it is, but it always seems to happen. We seem to fall away before we make progress on these restarts. So we've got it all to do again now. We've got Hamlin there fighting with Bush, the number 1. I love that car. Massive ton of Monster Energy. So yeah, that's why I love that car so much. But we're back here again now, chasing down top 10 places rather than the top 5, and for a moment it looks like we could go 3 wide. We didn't quite have the momentum to push that one through, but off that corner once again we've got it now. We get down the inside of the 6, down the inside of the 21, and we're now chasing that monster car that I was on about. It looked there like we grazed the wall, but I can tell you that we actually didn't. It was close though, so we've got to be careful there. But the 6 gets back underneath us, and we've got that job to do again now as we lose the apron line, and we're back down to P9 now. That restart has really cost us big at the moment. You can see up front that the cars are actually getting away from us again. We didn't quite have the grip there in that drafting air to keep our low line, and there is someone on our inside again as well, so we just cannot get down to the apron at the moment, and it is really costing us dearly. We've still got a long way to go in the race at the moment though. We're only just over halfway through, so it's not doom and gloom by any means, but we're actually P11 now as we cut on to the next bit, which is 10 laps later. You can see we have made that ground back. We're actually fighting now with 3rd and 2nd once again. We use our line again and just look at what it's done now. We're down the inside. It's the M&M's car, I believe, that was in 1st until we took it away there. I think that's Bush as well, isn't it? But I'm not sure which one. and Logano was the other one that we've been fighting all race as well. Those two guys are really quick around here, so even though we're in first and we're in that point again now where it's time to start trying to rebuild that lead that we had before we come down to pit road. Yeah, we've got to do that again now as we force a 3 wide moment going into the tight little turn before turn 1. We do come out of that going through the middle. It's really satisfying when the moves come off. Trying to hold our favourite line here, hoping our guy on this side, which he does, the 49, goes up track. So again, we use that little slingshot momentum to get past him. But the car is now well and truly into that point where it's becoming really difficult to drive again. It's really edgy, so just like before, we've got into the lead. We've gone through the phases of the car being tight and having to be a little bit more patient with the aggression. It's had to be more controlled aggression. This time we didn't get a chance to use the car when it was at its peak because of the caution coming out. And now we're back in where we have to manage it at the moment, as you can see here. Not got the confidence to just fly around the outside. We feather that accelerator and get really close to the wall. We do manage to get the job done, but you can see that the confidence is just not like it would have been. It's a real shame we haven't been able to use the car in its best phase this time around, but it is what it is. We're still in first. We've got an opportunity to build up a lead again, just in case we do have to pit under greens again. But we are actually checking out a little bit this time, which we couldn't do in the first phase of the race. So we've got a little bit more pace, or the cars behind us, Bush and Logano, maybe they're coming to a point where their car's starting to drop off a bit now. Because like I say, they have been really quick in this race, and that was a good camera angle there. You could just see the closing speed through that corner using that line. We get underneath with absolutely no problem, as we're about to tick into lap 70 now, and we would start to really build that lead, and then on lap 77 we get this happen, which would indeed bring out yet another caution. So we'll end up pitting underneath the pace car again. Big spin there, big accident, and yeah, it forces another restart where I would have showed you us falling back down and climbing up again, but we put onto lap 87 because after that there is yet another restart. I don't know what caused that one this time, but we don't have many laps to go now, and it's put us from a commanding first position all the way back down to the lower end of the top 10. Once again, we've got all that work to do again now. The only little plus this time, as we get a little bit of help from my favourite car there, is that the car wasn't already in that phase where it felt really good, so we've still got that to come. But before we can use that, we really need to just hold on to this front pack. What looked like it could be a commanding win is going to be a real challenge now to see whether we can even challenge for that win. You can see the Logano has pulled away quite a bit already. Yeah, he's been fast today, so we might not get him, but we shall see. We are gaining on the top 5 now, and we try and tuck it right into that corner, but this time we're not able to do it because the drafting from the guy in front sent us a bit wider than I would have liked, so we're going to have to do it using his draft there now down straight. We don't quite have enough, but we'll send it anyway. Kozlowski, again, like I was saying earlier, in a really good position. We actually get a bit on the apron now. We don't want to be doing that. That's how we've gone out the last couple of races. But we get it under Kozlowski. We've got it under the 4 as well, and now we have got 10 laps to just chase down the Logano. So long as we don't give this position back up, we're being challenged for it. But again, using that line, even when we're in front, you can just see there, it's a great camera angle to show just how far we pulled away on that one turn, and we are now momentarily in P1, but we shot it straight up to the top of the track, giving I believe that is Logano the inside line to get back up. Again, we do clip the wall this time, and I think we made a bit of contact with the outside of his car as well. It didn't unsettle either of us though, thankfully, because if another restart happens now, we have got no chance of winning this race. And instead of battling with Logano, we just decided at the moment that, you know what, we're going to push him further away from everyone else, and in doing that pull ourselves further away as well, and then we'll battle him when we've got a bit of a gap. So that's what I decided to do for a couple of laps. That's what you're watching now. We did have the pace to just go around him, but it made more sense to not battle him and bring everybody else in. So we're going to push him again using our line now. We're going to push him up this straight. And we're going to just feather it around and just try and push him the best we can up the around the corner. We're not going to do it for too many laps though, because I have done this in the past, as you can see there, and it did flash through my mind that I left it too late. I think it was either Daytona or Talladega in the past that I've done that and left it too late, and the guys actually got away from me. So yeah, we've took the race lead now. It's up to us to just pull away and go and collect that checkered flag. And there we go, guys. I thought I'd leave you with the engine sound for a couple of laps as we come round now to take the checkered flag, and we get our second win of the season. And how needed was that mixture of happiness, excitement, but goddamn relief as well after the last two races. Oh, what a moment. What an absolute moment that is for us there. It was one of the more straightforward ones, I would definitely say that, of course. We really had good pace today. Logano, it was him as well. I thought that it had really good pace. Quite surprised to see Bush down in 6th, because he was so fast today as well. But yeah, that is, oh man, a relief. It was so needed. After that couple of short tracks, it was really hard to pick ourselves back up, but we've done it. We collect a nice little payout there as well, nearly 1.3 million, and this really boosts the confidence. As you can see now, we're back up into the top 10 of the championship as well. We've just got to keep that consistency now. We need to get on a bit of a roll, just to boost the points up. I mean, 2 wins is good in our first season, well, I think so anyway, but we really need to get some consistent points back on the board, and we're at a point in the season now with the tracks that we've got coming up where we have to capitalise on it now. But that, guys, is going to do it for this one. I'm just going to leave you with our long overdue and well-earned celebrations. So nice to be ending the video off on a positive rather than crashing out and being really bummed out for the rest of the day about that. I do let it get to me that much with you guys watching. It just adds that little bit more pressure, and yeah, it bums me out when I can't give you a full length video. So that's the pressure that I'm talking about. But I have today, we've delivered as a team today. First place, absolutely just exactly what I wanted. Drove well today, I thought, as well. The only little bits that weren't so straightforward were the safety cars, or the pace cars, sorry, and then restarts. But other than that, yeah, we had a good car on a good track. We've drove well, we've put it all together. I'm going to leave you with that, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I know I'm going to now, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.